Hello, my friends. Welcome to Authentic Living Coaching with Linda. As we come to the end of August, that concludes our topic of challenging your norms. Today, I want to talk about where you live and how you live there. Housework. The things that you surround yourself with and how that can create or distract from being able to keep your house tidy. When my children were small, and I had 4 children under the age of 4, so I know what it's like to not have a tidy house, to not have time, to not have energy. I struggled to keep my home tidy. I struggled to keep the washing done. I had 4 children who were bedwetters, and so that was daily changing beds. The dishes never seemed to be caught up with. There was always another meal that needed to be done, needed to be cooked, needed to be prepared before the previous meal was ever cleaned up from. I felt like I was working all day and all night, and no sooner had I cleaned up one area than some small child would come behind me and mess it up. Sitting on the floor folding washing, for instance, a small child would then come along and then fire it all away. So it's like, I know what it feels like to have young children that undo everything that you do. I was one stressed out mama. And it didn't help that I had a strong sense of worthlessness and I had the need to be perfect. So for me to be acceptable, I felt like I had to have my house perfect, magazine perfect, all the time, that my children had to be behaving in a certain way and that my house had to be looking in a certain way, that I had to be dressed in a certain way. If only I knew then what I know now. Catching myself needing everything to be perfect all the time is as much of a downfall as not being tidy or clean enough for good health and happiness. Where are you putting pressure on yourself to be perfect within your home? Are you expecting to have a magazine-ready home at any given time? I was, and if I was honest, I still do. I have that tension in my gut if somebody comes to the house and I have dishes on the bench, or the vacuum cleaner is still in the lounge, or the ironing board is still up and it's Wednesday and I did the ironing on Sunday. I'm better at letting it be, because I know that my home does not always have to be perfect for me to be okay. Are you someone who finds a messy space as a reflection of your mind? Often for me, if I'm feeling an emotion that I'm not sure how to deal with, it will show up in my home. I will begin a project and then I'll leave it. And then I'll go on to something else and begin that and then leave that and then go on to something else. That just shows to me that I have got a cluttered mind, that there is something going on within my emotions that I'm not dealing with, and my house shows me that. Are you someone who finds a messy space is the reflection of your mind? And that when your house is a mess, is that because you're feeling a mess? And when your house is tidy, does that mean that you're feeling confident and well put together? Every house has a hotspot area. You know, the place where you come in and you just dump things. That's where your books land. That's where the keys land. That's where your jacket or your shopping or the mail or whatever you happen to have in your hand as you come in the door, that's where that lands. Hotspots are usually indications of an area that is out of control. Do you brush aside other people's comments about how messy your place is? But deep inside, your inner critic has a field day. She's letting you know that you're just not good enough, that you can't keep your house tidy, that you can't be like, and name whoever it is that you think is running their life perfectly. By the way, there is nobody that runs their life perfectly. Everybody has something that they are not 100% good at. When I was going through all of this and I was learning how to get on top of my house, to manage my children, to manage myself, I found a system that helped me to clean my home in 15-minute increments. It's called the Fly Lady system. She works on zones, and her address is www.flylady.net. FLYLADY.net. I found her many years ago, and the impact that she has had on my life has been amazing. My home is usually within about 20 minutes away from being tidy for any visitor or client to arrive. She uses what I call the swish and swipe method of cleaning. This is where you swish and swipe, really. You have a spray bottle and you spray like the kitchen bench or the bathroom or the toilet, and then you wipe. And you do it every day. It takes like 3 minutes, and then it's done. And your house is always ready for visitors. It's like living in a motel. It's absolutely fantastic. Her philosophy, and now my philosophy, is I can do anything for 15 minutes. I can do anything for 15 minutes. I can clean out a drawer for 15 minutes. I can wash a ceiling for 15 minutes. I can dust the drawers, the dressers for 15 minutes. I can clean a window for 15 minutes. I can do anything for 15 minutes. I want to leave you with the thought that you can do anything for 15 minutes. Set a timer and begin. Wash your dishes for 15 minutes. Then stop. Have a break, and if you want to, set your timer again and go again. Tidy the bedroom floor for 15 minutes. Clear a space off the floor and sort and put away for 15 minutes. And when the timer stops, that's it, you're done. This is the secret sauce that changes everything. You get to pat yourself on the back. You get to feel proud of yourself. You get to celebrate that you've done something of benefit for you. Often we'll do a task and then we'll complete it and then we'll move straight on to the next thing without actually enjoying the feeling of having done that task. Remember, everything we do for the feeling that we believe we're going to get from that. So why not stop and actually enjoy the feeling of having completed the task that we want? So let's say you put your timer on and you did 15 minutes worth of dishes. Yes, you know that you're not completely finished, but you did 15 minutes more today than you did yesterday. Same with your bedroom floor. It may not be completely tidy, but you did 15 minutes more today than you did yesterday. And you can do 15 minutes more tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. And before very long, your bedroom will be tidy. You can do anything for 15 minutes. And for those of us who don't know when to stop, when we push ourselves forward and we continue on, even when we're tired and even when we're grumpy, we don't know when to stop. A 15-minute timer gives you a time frame. I'm working only for 15 minutes, and when that timer goes off, I stop. It is really freeing to know that you don't have to keep on going. It gives me the freedom to stop and then begin something else. I found that I'm the kind of person who hyper-focuses, that I will focus on a task until it is done, and no matter what's going on around me. So with my young children, they could be hungry and crying for dinner, and I would be in this zone of, I'm cleaning your bedroom, and so therefore I'm cleaning the bedroom. And they wouldn't get their needs met because I was hyper-focusing. There was no joy or happiness in doing the job that I was doing because I kept feeling like the martyr. I kept feeling like there was no one to help me, that this job had to be done and it had to be done now and it had to be done a certain way to be perfect. I'm saying that 15 minutes is so freeing. You just put the timer on, and when 15 minutes is up, you're done. It is so wonderful. If this is you, and you find that you're constantly beating yourself up about not having a tidy home, or you're beating yourself up about having to do it all, or you're beating yourself up because you're so tired because you are overworking, head over to www.flyladdie.net and have a look at her system. Begin with shining your sink. Begin with making your bed. Begin with clearing the coffee tables and keeping them clear. Every room has a focal point. Begin there, 15 minutes at a time. Challenging the norm of being a slave to your house. There is freedom and balance in living an authentic life. Until next time, live your life authentically, 15 minutes at a time. If what I'm sharing resonates with you, please like, share, follow and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below if you want me to address any particular topics. Until next time, have a fabulous, authentic day.